My new bitch look like Tyler Perry, but she don't love me, she too scary. My old bitch front like Jackie Brown. I wanna know but she too down. Will you be my leading lady?
Hi guys.
Hello.
Welcome back to another video. I know it's been a minute since we've made some content, but we've just been having a very hectic week. You know, it's like the beginning of the month, so a lot of things were just going on. He didn't get his pay in time because his money was still in an eco bank, and it was supposed to make its way here.
You know what happened?
Tell me.
You know what happened?
What happened?
Those thieves. We all saw the videos. Those thieves stole my damn money.
They did, and they were dragging it along for up to like what, 8 days?
No, not so, because since that when I just saw those people, I was just like, there goes my money.
They went.
Yeah.
But
anyways,
at least now, yeah.
It's a story for another day.
So, you know, we both got back from work. I am like so exhausted. Oh my god, guys, I actually want to show you this cute neck chain that my man got me. And it has like a ring and a bracelet, but the bracelet isn't showing because I'm wearing my sweater right now. But yeah, I love it, babe. Give me a kiss. Thank you for thinking about me.
You're welcome.
So I'm not really in the mood to cook, but my boyfriend got some things for us for breakfast. So I was like, well, we may as well have like a little breakfast for supper, a little lazy dinner. Because one thing about me is if I'm not in the mood to cook, I may as well cook something that's lazy but it's gonna slap good. I hope that this is gonna slap, because I've never done this before, but I saw it on TikTok and I was like, I have to try this TikTok meal. So I'm just gonna whip it up, take you guys through the process. Hope that you guys are gonna like this video. Like, subscribe, comment, do all the good stuff, and yeah, stay tuned. And obviously we have some good talk time for you as we eat the food that I'm going to prepare, which I hope is actually delicious.
Can't wait, actually. I'm pretty excited. Pretty excited to taste it.
Okay, so stay tuned, guys.
I swear, you are like the oxygen I need to survive. I'll be honest. Loving me, totally me. I am so obsessed. I want to chop your body. I need it like I she open up, make I see you then. You're my love, one city. If you make a bad nothing, no. For your head, talk on the one side, here, but you said, no matter, you my one you carry for my head, and you are one you carry to my bed, no, don't tell me no, you could be my partner, never eyes, no, and we can do a milk, you don't need to buy you, I tell you what you do, and I have to be carry go, yeah, man, you never carry shit, open up, make I see you, then, now you in it, kind of fast, they do me, I keep parking, no.
As you all know the drill, I have to wait for this man to pour juice.
Come on, man.
Before we even partake of this beautiful meal. I'm having...
just because you got your wine already, eh?
But it's finished. It's like the last glass. That really sucks. Let me scoot over for my man. But I'm just waiting for him to taste it. And we obviously have to pray over our food because it's a household thing. We don't just take food and just start eating like we're pigs that have food thrown at them in a sty. We pray over the food, we bless the food, and then we enjoy it. So we're gonna come back, we're gonna pray briefly because I feel like that's drama for us to put that for you guys to see. And then we'll come back when it's time for us to eat.
A few moments later.
Guys, it's the craziest thing. We were about to pray and then the phone just fell. I feel like the devil's working overtime.
doesn't want us to enjoy our food.
Over time.
He wants us to eat it when it's not blessed. When we
Imagine.
bless
I
our
just
food. Okay, we're back. I want him to taste this food because I didn't even taste it as I was cooking. I was just cooking. So, babe.
I was gonna make a joke with you. What if it tastes bad? But
You
knowing
said that
you,
it tastes bad.
knowing you, your food is always good. So let me dig in.
Like it?
I taste the ingredients. This is good.
What do you taste?
The sauces. I taste cheese. There's the egg. One of the main things I tasted.
Those are actually
It's
the
quite
main
hot,
components.
so.
But is it
obviously
like
some things-
cheesy?
And I can even see the cheese from here.
That's nice.
This is some good sauces.
It's actually so good.
What are we talking about today? What do you feel like discussing?
I feel like I just want to like reflect on our journey together, because we started living together from February of this year, and now we're in October, which is like about how many months now? 8 months. You know,
8 months.
February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October.
This is how I know you don't remember things. If you have to sing to remember something,
And it's 9
that means
months.
you don't remember what it is.
That's how accurate it is, because I moved in at the end of January. So February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Well, 8 months, because we're in the 9th month now. So
Oh, no.
technically you're right.
Yo, it's all now. Wake you.
Good. Less problems for me.
No, it's all goes to the shonen and whatever. So
So we've been staying together for like 8 months now. And I feel like I just actually want to reflect on the time and like our journey. Because I know for me personally, like in relation to our relationship, well, before I even unpack on that, you know how people talk about like a honeymoon phase that like lasts like a couple months or whatever? I feel like I'm not even married to you yet.
Yeah.
You're good, like at this point in time when your boyfriend and girlfriend, if someone just gives you the ick, you can easily like just pack up your shit and be like, I'm out.
Just leave, yeah.
But we've been living together for like 8-9 months. It's not been the easiest, but I feel like it's been like one of like the most amazing experiences for me, because I actually have come to really respect what we call mothers and fathers in the household, because
there's a lot that goes on. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that you didn't even think it's a major thing, but it contributes to the well-being of just the household in general.
You see me cooking this, sometimes ushasha kubika ana mai vedu etozeti nasi kudya sadza nepork ligava zotsamwa kana nyama ukasaibudisa fridge, like now that type stuff now makes sense, you know. And also I feel like when I initially moved in with you, we were not really like on good terms, like in terms of like getting along, because we're like different people in terms of I was staying in my own space, I was doing my own thing my way, and I'm moving into your space where you're used to doing things a certain way.
Own way,
And then I'm coming trying to just change things up and like shake things up, and it's like it wasn't easy.
It definitely wasn't. And I think for me, you know, it was one of those things where I don't want to lie, the first week, we had a little quarrels, but I was chilling. But in the back of my head, I was just like, it all felt a bit surreal, you know. Not to say I doubt, or I just felt like things should just end, but I was questioning a lot, you know. And I was like, is this really it? Is this really what I want? Like, I had to ask myself those questions like so many times, you know. Sometimes they don't, and I would just be like, wow, this is actually happening. Like, I didn't think it was going to happen in the way that it did, but in retrospect, it happening changed my life for the better, you know. If I look back to how I was then mentally and how I am now, two completely different people, you know. My priorities have changed, you know. Just how I look at life has changed. Like, I have a newfound appreciation of just you in general, or even just, you know, as I look at it, it might sound silly to say now, but I got a certain sense of appreciation as to why things like, you know, the whole bride price and stuff is something that we do. Because when you have somebody like me having you at home and seeing how you contribute in so many ways, you know, within the household. These are things that someone gets only when they're married. People never really get to experience these things. And I feel like you having to, or at least me rather, as a guy having to like, you know, do the cultural things to your mom and dad, it's my way of appreciating how they've raised you to be the person who you are, to be the person who complements me in the life that I'm living now. Because if we don't look at it like that, it just seems like it's just parents trying to, you know, finesse money out of us. And, you know, I think for me, I got a better understanding of the importance of showing that sort of appreciation to your parents for you being in my life and them raising you to be the great person that you are. Because sure enough, if we're staying together and I'm still feeling like, it's a waste of time, I wouldn't have gotten to that point of appreciation. So I am glad, Kujim, that's how, you know, things turned out. So yeah. You know, it's,
You never actually said that to me before, so I'm like,
I noticed, yeah. But I always felt it like this is why people do what they do. Because people can tell you, hey, do culture, and it sounds like, yes, you know, it sounds like it's pure logic, but
it
there's
just sounds
more
like
to
something
it.
with no backing up to
Yes,
it.
you see, and I just think it takes you seeing it for yourself, because I can't go to my friends and say, no, but like I would expect Kutim, as you go through it, you see why. You understand? I understand why these things happen now. I didn't have that understanding, and I'll be honest, I didn't have that understanding. Even though I knew I was going to do it, I just didn't have the understanding. And I thank God, Kutim, it took me staying with you to come to appreciate and understand why that's actually important. And even as I see other couples out there who are somewhat living a similar lifestyle to what we're living, but haven't also done the full commitment that, you know, everyone wants us to do, I always pray and hope that we're not the only ones who have those similar goals to want to do things the right way.
Right.
And I also pray that people don't then now start projecting their insecurities or their issues on us to a point where they start saying, that's not really how things are supposed to move, because we're living a different life to whoever is watching us and all that, you know. Our priorities are different from that other person. We might have the same goals, but the way we're getting at those goals is different, you know.
Right.
So yeah, I just feel like there's a lot that comes
That
with
actually made me feel so good inside, because I feel like there's nothing that is more refreshing than having like your partner come to a point where they actually understand why the whole bride price thing is actually important. And I feel like for a lot of people, they feel like we're jumping that step or running away from it. But I feel like sometimes it takes you to be in certain situations, like what you're saying, for you to then have a full understanding of why this needs to be done, why this is necessary, why it's important. And I feel like it's really refreshing to know that, you know, you have an understanding of why it's done, and that you came to realize it on your own. It wasn't me just trying to push you and be like, you have to marry me, or it's like, you have to marry me because who are saying that it's time for me to now get married, you know. And I feel like when the time comes, it's gonna be amazing for me. It's gonna be beautiful, because it's just a continuation of the journey that we have already created. And the nice thing about how we have chose to do our journey, for me personally, is how now I know you. I feel like I really like properly know you. I know what you like. I know what you don't like. I know when you feel sad. I know what to do when you feel sad. I know the things that you like doing. And it's like, once I have like that better understanding of someone, like it just makes like life a lot easier. It makes things a lot easier for our relationship. It makes things good. Even the financial aspect. I know I get a lot of different opinions about this. I get a lot of different takes on it, on finances with your partner, and it's probably based on other people's past experiences, which I don't discredit. I understand. Like when someone tells you, oh, I don't do this when it comes to finances with my partner because I once experienced this, or I've seen someone else experience this. But I feel like for me and you, our dynamic has grown to a point where now it's like more comfortable. I remember early days when we really started out living together, and I'll be like, babe, I'm going to work every day. I'm working money. I'm making a fair amount of money, but I don't see where that money goes. And honestly, I was not seeing where it was going. I you know, the thing where I think we're all built different. Pane mumwe uthi pamwe anogona kuronga zvakanaka nemari yake. Then the other situations where surely two heads are better than one. Where having that situation where you are both open about like your finances and putting heads together to see what you can do makes a big of a difference. Because I know for a fact, when I was doing nails before we even started living together, I was still stuck in the house call phase. By the time when I decided to move into town was when I then moved in with you. And I still had that mindset of, I remember when I even said it, I was like, "Iwe tashimari yako, tashimari yangu."
I remember that time and I was just like, I knew it was going to hit. But I was like, you know what? I was like, I remember, and you know, this also just goes to show just how our dynamic has been. When she gave me that suggestion, I didn't look at it and just start shining her and you know, say bad things or just put it down. I was like, you know what? I'll give you the benefit of a doubt. If you feel like us doing finances separately is gonna work, let's give it a try, right? There's even, like, I think the following month, it's only when they realize, to buy this is not working. There was even a time when financially I was like, I think I had said, Kuti, give me all the money and then I'll figure things out on my own because I've been doing this for longer. Tried that as well, didn't work. Then we all then had to sit down and really discuss and say, all right, look, we tried this, we tried this. What is it that we can really try and see? Can we really, you know, balance things out? Can we get the things that we all need? Can we make sure the household is good? Those were open discussions that we had to have. It wasn't something that was just pre-said,
like dictated.
It's all just gonna, you know, make itself work. Like, there was that trial and error period, and I think had that element of communication not been there, that would have been very difficult. We're in a better space because we've been doing it since June, July. Right. Up until now, we haven't changed it and it's working. Right. You know, and that for me means it's growth because we moved in together in February. So imagine March, April, May, and it pays up. Try my experiments. But right now, we can confidently say, our method of dealing with finances is working. So
it is working. I feel like for that particular aspect of relationships, it's important for couples to communicate and work together. It's important for you not to just take what other people's opinions are of what you must do. Because I feel like Munoisa need their own way of feeling like they can deal with things. Like I was saying. Yeah. When I was dealing with my own money, I didn't have any growth that I managed to achieve. I didn't do anything sort. But with the new dynamic that we created, I've been able to do a lot more for my business because it's not like Kuti, do you know, I consult Kuti, I want to do this. I'm able to just do what I want. I'm able to just voice my thoughts. I'm feeling like doing this and this and this for my business. And I have my partner there backing me up the whole time, being like, I know you can do it. Yeah. How are you planning on budgeting for this thing? At the same time, don't forget that we have to buy food, we have bills, we have this, we have that. So I'm really happy with how we now deal with finances because I feel like finances are kind of like the backbone of the relationship. It's a make or break situation. You don't want to be in a situation where you just feel like you're just working like a donkey, but you're not really seeing the benefits out of how you're working. And you don't want a situation where now it just feels like you guys have a good thing going on when finances is just not involved in the situation. So for me, I feel like, excuse me, ever since we started living together, babe, we've accumulated so many things. Like, that's when we bought the bed, that's when we got the headboard, that's when we got the proper stove. We used to cook on a gas tank.
Just one.
One plate gas tank. Little gas tank.
Remember how long it used to take just to make a meal?
Babe, it would take
3-4 hours
time.
To make one meal.
Very long time. I'll start cooking like at 6, people. I'll be done like around like past 7 to 8. If not longer.
Later.
Later.
If you started at, usually we didn't start at 6. If you started at 7, you're eating at like 9, 10. You see?
Took so long to cook. We didn't even have a TV. We used to watch movies on the laptop. So for me, like, so you know how it is, you know, sometimes when someone walks into your life and you live together, there's this thing that happens where you just start to see that things are really going well for us. Yeah. Then you know that you're really with the right person. Like I feel like that's my take on my relationship right now at this point. Because I know for a fact, if I was standing alone, I probably wouldn't be thinking about all the things that we're doing right now. Yeah. I think my first point of call would be like, I need a bust down 30-inch wig. So I can show out.
You're better food in the town.
Shanda put up food in my mind today. That gave me stress. So I'm like, I feel like in terms of finances, our relationship is good. In terms of the things that we've managed to accumulate, it's been good because the communication is there. When we want to talk about certain things, I like how we just discuss what we want to do, like what we're doing right now. Only difference is that there's a camera in front of us, but this is how we talk every other day about certain situations, what our plans are, or what we want to do, what he wants to do. and we just listen. We just listen to each other, and you know that thing where I think this is the one thing that I really appreciate about you is like whenever I want to do something, even if it might sound like the dumbest idea on the planet, you tell me to go for it. You never make me feel like my ideas are not valid. When each make sense. Even if I ask you for the money to do that thing, you give me. But when the things go, there's never been a point where like that's I think one of the things that I also love about you is like you're really like my backbone in terms of whenever I plan to do something or I want to do something. So
No, I think for me, I've come to really see good team. In life, you don't know the thing that's actually going to take you from point A to point B. It's not always set in stone. I might think, since what else, but look at where your nail business is taking you. You've managed to do things that, not to throw shade on anyone, but that I know because a lot of people who have been in somewhat of a similar position to me in a way have not been able to do, or with just your nail business alone. Right? Now you're venturing into even doing like some foot massages and stuff. This won't go anywhere. I think for me, I always wanted somebody who was ambitious, you know, because I realized, Kuti, yes, some people can teach you ambition, but I didn't want to put myself through that whole thing of having to literally push somebody and saying, Chimbeta. Because I've been through it. I've had a situation in the past where I had to push somebody and say, and it's like, it's not nice. You want somebody who's already coming in with like at a headstrong, somebody who's already saying, right, this is something I'm really trying to push. So when you're seeing them doing it, instead of you pushing them to do it more, no, what you're doing is you're supporting what it is they're doing. Regardless of you knowing enough information about it or not, you are giving that person your full confidence so that they know right. Regardless of what outcome comes through, you are behind them fully. So I think for me, I've had to learn, you know, just because it's not something that I like doesn't mean it's something that shouldn't be done.
Right.
Or something that shouldn't be pursued because we don't know where something will take us, you know. So yeah, man, that's just, you know, one of the many things. We could just pause it because it's long and the editing is gonna be. Right. Maybe another thing just to mention. I think in terms of like our relationship dynamic, because I even had a conversation with somebody today.
Yeah.
And I realized, Kuti, there is a perception that's out there. Right, people don't really talk about it, but it is there, I guess. People think, Kuti, with the setup that we have, there are people who probably have a belief here, Kuti, maybe you call shots in the relationship, or a perception, Kuti, generally, if you are against something, nothing happens. You know.
Oh my goodness, I had no idea.
There's this belief. And I know some people will probably say in the comments maybe that's how they've always seen things. But then I feel like he's forced to do the content. He doesn't like doing content. And the thing about it is, you have to really ask yourself, if I didn't want to be a part of all this, surely I could have just simply said no.
Been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months. Been gone for a year, only know like once. Life move fast when you do what you want.